Welcome again to the Old Principal. I am the Old Principal, and we have come to another English instructional program. 我就是老校长. Okay, we are going to look at my friend's wedding. 我朋友的婚礼. Now, before we leave this picture, I want you to notice one thing. Do you see this? What do you call that? We call it a veil. 头纱, a veil. Now, you look at it closely because in the story, we will not see the picture, but you will hear of the word wedding veil or the bride's veil. 新娘的头纱. But before we do that, we need to listen to Mrs. Ash reading the story. So here we go.
Story 284, My Friend's Wedding. My friend Eugene's wedding had less stressful surprises than our wedding did the previous week. The only thing that unsettled people was a wayward bee that got caught in the bride's veil. The bride and groom stood up front, facing the minister with their backs to the audience. They didn't know what was happening. Eventually, the bee was set free and everybody sighed with relief. After the wedding reception, it was time for the getaway. My friend Eugene's getaway plan worked splendidly. After the bride and groom left the reception hall, they were showered with rice and well wishes. Their car was not in sight. The pranksters were puzzled on how to paint it up and booby-trap it. The newlyweds hopped into the back seat of her father's car, and he drove them down the road. How disappointing. No wild chase. Nevertheless, everyone hurried to their cars because they knew Eugene had hidden his car somewhere. They were determined to foil his plan and hinder the beginning of the couple's honeymoon if they could. But in their eagerness to chase after the bride and groom, they fell into a trap. The car immediately following the newlyweds was driven by their best friend, Ken. Everyone thought he was chasing, but they soon discovered that he swerved all over the road to keep anybody from passing him. He held off the eagerly chasing horde. Finally, the long line of honking cars turned off onto a very narrow gravel road. A couple minutes later, at the very narrowest part, Ken came to a complete stop. Now all the following cars were trapped. They could neither go forward nor backward. Ken got out of his big red Ford and cheerfully waved goodbye to the escaping couple as all the others vented their good-natured displeasure. The escapees were leisurely driven down the road a few miles farther, where they came to their hidden car.
Welcome back. My friend Eugene's wedding had less stressful surprises. Less stressful, 不是太紧张的意外. Okay? Mine had a few surprises that we hadn't planned on, and so it was a little stressful. 有一点点压力 stressful 压力 比较少的压力 surprise is 意外 sometimes 想不到的所发生的事情 okay? Than our wedding did the previous week. So when we're talking about the previous week, we were married on the one weekend, and they were married on the next weekend. Okay, so in between of the two weddings, we had our honeymoon, 有自己的婚礼，I mean 蜜月旅行 honeymoon. Going on. The only thing that unsettled people, okay, now, and this may sound very strange, to unsettle people, 使人们不安，不安。If you feel unsettled, 你感到不安， okay? If we say, oh, this is an unsettling experience, 这个经验是一个使我不安。So, unsettled, good word to know. Okay, the one thing that unsettled people was a wayward bee. Wayward bee, 这个乱飞的一个蜜蜂。Okay, 乱飞的蜜蜂。Okay, what? He got caught in the bride's veil, 捆在她的头上。Okay, 捆在她的头上。So, now we could see that. Actually, going on to the next one, the bride and the groom stood in front, facing the minister. Okay, their backs to the audience. They didn't know what was happening. In my own wedding, I didn't know what was happening behind me. And something very surprising happened in my wedding. Well, when they were facing the minister, 这个证婚的这个牧师啊, okay, the minister, and they were facing, 他们是面对他呢，他们的背是向着我们. So we could see their backs, but what they didn't know is they didn't know what was happening about the wayward bee. You see, they had no idea of knowing that there was a bee 捆在他的头上里. Okay. Eventually, the bee was set free, and I don't remember how they did this. You know, 最后 I guess 过一段时间，人家就想办法. Maybe the mother of the bride came up there and let the bee out, 让这个蜜蜂飞走. Okay, to set free, 释放, to set free. And everyone sighed with relief. 人人都松了一口气. Everybody sighed with relief. Going on. Okay. My friend Eugene's getaway plan worked splendidly. Okay, couple good words. My friend's getaway plan, 逃亡的计划. Remember, my getaway plan didn't work so splendidly. And it worked splendidly. Now, we don't use the word splendidly too often, but it's an excellent word. 非常非常成功啊. Everything went smoothly. In fact, very, very smoothly. 非常非常顺利. It was a splendid plan. 非常好的计划. And it worked. 进行得 very smoothly. It worked splendidly. Going on. After the bride and groom left the reception hall, this is reception 婚宴的地方啊 reception 婚宴的地方 they were showered with rice and well wishes. I don't know if this happens in China or in other parts of the world, but in America, when people are married and they are finished, they are ready to go and leave. 婚宴已经这个完成了，已经做完了。And they've changed their clothes, they're ready to leave. And as they are walking out, the people in the in the wedding and in the wedding reception, they take rice, 大米, okay, rice, and they throw it at the 新婚的夫妇, okay? So it says here they were showered with rice. So a lot of people threw that. And well wishes, 大家都祝福他们. To wish somebody well means to say good things. 愿你怎么样怎么样，愿你怎么样怎么样。To wish them well, 祝福他们. Their car was not in sight. 找不到他们的车. Okay? The pranksters were puzzled on how to paint it up and booby trap it. Oh, the pranksters. What is a prankster? Okay, 捉弄者, prankster. These people that wanted to mess up their car. And they said, hey, excuse me, where's their car? And they were puzzled. Okay, what does it mean to be puzzled? 他们想不通啊. Well, where's this car? I mean, they're going to have a getaway. 肯定有一个逃亡呢. Where is their car? So they were puzzled. 想不通啊. Couldn't figure out where the car was. And they were puzzled on how to paint it up. 没办法 what? 这个画字在这个车体上 and booby trap it. 捉弄它. So here are the pranksters, these guys that want to cause the problem. And the bride and the groom are ready to go, but there's no car. And definitely not his car. So they said, what's the deal? You know, the newlyweds hopped into the back of her father's car. Okay, 新婚的夫妇 hopped in. When you say hop in, it's 轻松的上车. Hopped in, 上车 into the back seat, so 后面的椅子呢 of her father's car. Okay, 新娘的爸爸的车. So they hopped into the back seat and he drove them down the road. How disappointing. No wild chase. 多么失望 big 大失望。No wild chase， 不要疯狂的追他们，阿拉巴等等等等。Okay, and so they were very, very disappointed because the father-in-law, who by the way was Zheng Hun的牧师, okay, and so he just drove away. The newlyweds were in the car going on. Nevertheless, 但是 everyone hurried to their cars. See, they didn't know which car they would go in. So everyone hurried to their cars. 每一个人快快的，就是匆匆的跑到 rushed, hurried to their cars because they knew Eugene had hidden his car somewhere. 知道我的朋友 Eugene 就把他的车子摆在某一个地方. They didn't know where, but they run to their cars and said, we will find out. They wanted to foil 使他逃亡的计划就失败. They wanted to foil the plan. Okay, going on. They were determined to foil his plan. To foil means to break up a plan, or usually a plan, to break it up so that the plan is not successful. Foil his plan and hinder the beginning of the couple's honeymoon if they could. So their plan was to hinder them, 阻挡他们, okay? And this way they couldn't start their honeymoon. 没办法先去蜜月旅行. So they wanted to do this. This is tradition in America. It always happens. They were determined to foil his plan and hinder the beginning of the couple's honeymoon if they could. Going on. But in their eagerness to chase after the bride, they fell into a trap. A trap is 陷阱, okay? So their eagerness, 这么想要追他们, the bride and the groom, 新娘新郎, they fell into a trap. This is what they had planned. Go ahead. The car immediately following the newlyweds was driven by their best friend, Ken. And his car was a big red car. I still remember today. A big, powerful, 强有力的 red car. I think it was a Ford. 好像是福特. Still remember that little detail. Okay, we didn't chase them. Maybe we did. I can't remember whether we chased them or not. Okay, the car immediately following the newlyweds was driven by their friend Ken, going on. And everybody thought that he was chasing them. Okay, everybody thought that he was 追他们. Okay, but soon they discovered, 很快他们就发现 that he swerved all over the road, keeping everybody from passing. 他开车子呢，他就弯来弯去，使后面的人没办法超车。He was swerving all over the road, so nobody behind could chase him. Okay, he held them off. He held off the eagerly chasing horde. To be eager 是想要做什么呢 To eager. So the eagerly chasing horde. Horde is 大群人. Okay, so he held them off means that they could not pass him. Okay, to held off means that he stopped them from doing something. So he stopped them from being able to pass him. Although he was very close. So he's going all over the road. Going on. Finally, the long line of honking cars turned onto a small, narrow gravel road. Okay, now remember, we're out in the country. So we're in the country. 我们在乡下. So we're going down the highway and we're going all over and everywhere. And this long line of cars, 排列的好长，很多车子啊。Finally, they turned off of the highway 从大马路这个开到 a narrow gravel road. Narrow 是相当窄的一个 gravel road. What is gravel? 这个石头路。石头路. Gravel is 小石头. Okay, so this is 石头路. A couple minutes later, at the very narrowest part, and so they're running. By the way, 有不少灰尘啊. So everybody behind has all this dust. 灰尘多得不得了. Okay, and behind them, when they had come to this very narrow, 最窄的一个地方, Ken stopped his car. 他就停了. He stopped his car. 停顿了. Now, all of the following cars were trapped. 已经跑到他的计划的陷阱, the trap. They were trapped. That means they could neither go forward nor could they go backwards. They couldn't go forward and they couldn't go backwards. So, the last car in the line could go backwards, but it was very complicated because and even if they did, nobody knew where they were going. 不晓得呢，是要绕这么远的路才能够找到他们，还不知道。They are going where? Nobody knew where they were going. Okay, Ken got out of his big red Ford and cheerfully, 快乐的就拍手, okay, and he said goodbye to the escaping couple, 这个逃亡的couple, 这个一对这个夫妇, okay, as all the others vented their good-natured displeasure. Okay, this is very interesting because these are opposites. Good-natured, 好本性的, okay, 好本性的, that means you want to 做好人, okay, displeasure, 不满, displeasure, 不满. So, good-pleasured, obviously, they don't want to hurt anybody. 他们的目标不是要害人或怎么样啊. So, in the end, it is good-natured displeasure. Very strange. good-natured displeasure. They're almost opposite. 刚好他们是相反. Okay? And they vented their feelings. That means 他们都说出来. Their good vent is another way of saying, especially if there's a lot of pressure inside and you 说出来的话. The escapees going on, 这个逃亡者, the escapees were leisurely driven down the road. 慢慢的 driven 的开下那条路. Leisurely, 慢慢的, 一点都不紧张. A few miles later, 再过几英里, they came to where their car was hidden. 他们的隐藏的车子. Of course, at which point the new couple, Eugene and Dorothea, her name was Dorothea, they got out of her father's car and they did what? They got into their own car and headed off for their honeymoon. So there you have it. Always in America, American weddings, there are always 有一点点的很紧张啊. Always. So he was successful. As you remember from my own story, I was not successful. And this makes life interesting. Okay, let's take a look. You can write an email to us. You can write to the old principal at gmail.com. Or you can go onto our website, and then you can contact us too from the website, www.theoldprinciple.org. Hey, it's great to spend this time with me, or with you, and I hope that you'll join us again.